Good morning, folks. It is another beautiful day here on the high desert. See over here behind me, I bought a big bale of grass. We usually buy small squares. Every once in a while, I'll buy one of these, but the price was right. Uh, it saved me some money, so I'm gonna take and tie a rope over here to it, and then somewhere over here on this tree. Most likely this one that's right here on the ground. We have a bunch of these areas that are if I can zoom out there, we have a bunch of these areas around here where we have trimmed trees, cut trees back, cut dead out of trees. And it's just a lot to take and clean up, but we do it slowly but surely. It's one of the joys of owning a raw piece of property and building it into a homestead. You've got a whole lot of this just wood, particularly out here. I mean, this country's nothing but cedars. Having a basic understanding of knots, ropes. You don't have to be no Boy Scout, but there's a few knots that are my go-to knots, and they serve me well. And just having rope, anytime I find rope like this, or even lariats, roping ropes, any kind of rope, I buy it because it's invaluable. I've used this rope now for a couple of years, and I think I gave $20 for it at a yard sale, and well worth the money if you went to go buy this. This is marine rope. It came from Lake Powell, I believe the boy said. They found it down there, I hope. But anyway, having rope, you getting ready to homestead, you getting ready to farm, anything like that, chains, ropes, even the hardware that goes with chains and ropes, invaluable. And then just get you some basic knots that you can go to every time and that you can use. There's a lot of good tutorials out there on YouTube. And then just, practice, taking trial and error. Knots are your friend, and then knots that are undone easily, they'll take and they'll serve you well as a homesteader, a farmer, a rancher, or just in everyday life. Alrighty, folks, I come home, been running around all day, went to check eggs, and our mama has hatched out a baby. So what I did was I closed this off. These still have shelter. They'll just huddle for now until I can get these babies up. We're going to use this as a brooder. These guys will just have to be out here for now, because I've lost babies before. We hatched out about 4 last year, and I think the rats got them. Either that, or they got out and then something got them. So we're going to keep them pretty well protected right in here. I'm going to see if I can't get you guys a picture of right there's Mama. She's been sitting. You can hear the baby chirping. So what I'm going to do is, she's pretty protective. I'm going to take and clean out some of this and put her some feed right there. I know it's a lot of feed, probably wasting it, but I got her a water over there and the baby chicks can get in that. But I got to take the rest of the eggs out of underneath of her. There's one right there that might hatch. It's been marked. Here's one that hasn't been marked. Yeah, you can peck me if you want to. There's the baby. There's the baby. Hello, little baby. Just gonna take the eggs that have not been marked. May have more than one baby, I don't know. This is a marked egg. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. There you go, there's your 2 eggs. There you go, get on top of them. Those might hatch, but for now we have 1. And there's water. I'll probably get some more water in there to her, but she's got 1 baby right there. We seem to have lost some eggs, which is not uncommon. I think rats get them. So you see it go under there. So hopefully this one makes it. We're going to leave her up in here and use this as a brooder. She'll keep it warm in here. It has been getting cold now. She'll keep it warm. I'll get her some more water, and I got her feed there so she can take and eat and drink and teach that baby how to too. So, all right, cool deal. So this is the hay that I brought in yesterday, and I got this from Hatch Farms. It's got wheat in it. It's got grasses in it. Kind of a mixture of just a little bit of everything. Looks like it may have been a winter wheat crop that didn't do what it needed to do. There's grain in those wheat, but for the money, you can't really beat it. I try to find as much as I can that is cheap. They didn't recommend this for horses, and my horses are easy keepers. Now, if you had a thoroughbred, you probably wouldn't want to feed it this. It's a low quality feed, but our horses are fat, and they're given to being fat because we feed them so good. Bermuda's almost too much for them, and this has a lot of roughage, which is really good. It's got a lot of psyllium in it, which is really good in the sand because you can get sand colic. So the wheat husks is really good about cleaning out their digestive tract, and sheep do really well on poor quality feeds. And this is the kind of thing that, hey, I'll feed it to the hogs, I'll feed it to the chickens. I like products that are all around. Now, can I get it all the time? No, it's a shipment of hay, but when I get the opportunity, I like to change it up a little bit and take and feed some of this stuff that's just a mixture. I really like the wheat content for the psyllium, and it's just a really good product for the money. So if you're in the area and you're needing good feed, go over and check out Hatch Feeds. They've always been real good to me, so I don't mind giving them a shout out. They're good people. Hey, pigs. You can see they're already eating on it. They like the wheat in it, the green grasses. I gave some of the chickens last night, and hey, boo-boo, it's pigs. Pigs. Cassius, Dukas. I got to keep an eye on these dogs. They like to run off. We got more neighbors than we used to have, and they got dogs, of course, so I got to keep an eye on them. My boo. Oh, boo boo. You good boy. You guys are just jealous. So these pigs are doing good. They're getting bigger, gaining weight. They are mixed pigs, so they don't gain weight as much as a commercialized pig, but we've eat them in the past, and they always turn out really good. And what I always say is meat's meat. They'll turn out real nice. I got them on grower right now, and swelled corn or soured corn, which they really like to eat. And then everything extra I can give them, slop and like this here, they'll root this around. We are in the planning of building another pig pen over there, get them out of this. We've had this here for a while, and then we're actually going to take this. This is going to be some really good compost, and I don't mind throwing dry matter in there and just letting them work it down in there, because once I take this all out, it's going to be some really good, rich compost for down the road. Everything on a homestead should work with everything else, and that's what we're trying to take and do. Oh, dog jumped on me. It's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, everything is a symbiotic type relationship. We eat the sheep make manure. We use the horses, we ride the horses, we pack on the horses, they make manure. They give us enjoyment. Pigs, they give us meat. They make more compost, which we can then in turn put, if not our greenhouse, into somebody else's. We've had people come over and get loads of stuff, and it goes into their greenhouse. So we're not only helping ourselves, we're helping our community and our neighbors. So I'm not real happy. We've had these feeders a while. I'm not real happy with them. They get clogged up, especially with this mash or crumble. You have to come in here, and the whole point of a feeder is to have it feed down so that they can eat it, and you don't have to have very much maintenance on it. But these don't have a setting where you can set more or less, and I have to take a stick and push it down. Same thing with these other chickens over here, and their feeder's not as big, but still the same thing. So I don't know. Like I said, you can see here, there's not a whole lot of feed coming out. We got a little bit of moisture, and it doesn't take a torrential downpour for you to have an issue with these things. So just a little bit of moisture, you're kind of stuck. This stuff gets like concrete. Maybe they'll eat that out of there, and you can see I put hay in there. Same thing in the other pen. May give them some grub terra today, just as a treat. I really like that grub terra stuff. The chickens love it. It's always nice to have a reaction from your animals. Let's go see the babies here. So what I got here, get back, boo. So we got some feed still on the ground. We've got plenty of water. I'm gonna take it, I'm just gonna cover her head and check on her baby real quick. I wanna see her baby. There it is. She's still got 2 eggs that have not hatched. She will get me, but her baby's doing good, looks like. She's mommy and it, and those other 2 may not hatch. She is unruly, so it's hard to get her, but if we can raise one, we raise one. So pretty neat little deal. She's drinking water. When they start drinking and eating, generally when they start eating and drinking,
Keep her dogs back. They start eating and drinking. Generally, when they start eating and drinking, generally they're done. But she may go back and sit on these two, and they may hatch. I'm going to give her about 3 days. That one hatched yesterday. Today is Saturday, Sunday. Monday, if she does not hatch, I'm going to move her out of here and put her in a trough with a piece of metal on top of it, some shavings, and just have her a nice place for her babies to be raised. So we'll see if those other two hatch. They might not. One of the issues that we have up here in our area, particularly where we're at, is we have what we call blow sand. I don't know if you guys can see this, but see how loose that is? And I like feeding this hay in these areas. Like right back here, we fed hay and had a horse pen. We had another one over here. And when you have these hay in these different areas, it builds up, and that particular stretch of sand doesn't blow off. Anywhere there's vegetation, I don't like to kill off all the vegetation because it holds the sand in place. This stuff blows so much. So little bit by little bit, I move stuff around. This pen over here, you can see we had a horse in it. It has a layer of hay, a layer of manure, just a really good place where the sand's not blowing away. Several of our places back here are like that. I have seen people, try to spread manure out here. The wind just blows away, it dries up. If you're gonna spread manure, do it during monsoon season. If not, just pile it up. This whole area back here, I had pins right here. It really firmed up this ground. There's still some loose sand, but in these areas where we've had horses and stockpiled manure, it's really added to the soil. And I really like having these hay bales around different places, particularly around my pens, because I hate the sand blowing away, and it just cuts down on the dust that's in the air when the wind is blowing. You can see hay right here where the horses have eaten it and it's blew out and they pushed it out. So this area here, if you're on the other side, you don't have as much grit and sand blowing in your face. Just another way that we're trying to take and cut down on losing our topsoil, which we really don't have. We just have sand, but to keep it where it's at. Here's yet another place right here where we fed a lot of hay. We've had a lot of hay right in here, and it's really firmed up this ground right here. And you can see where the wind has blown, and we have a ridge here. The wind blows through here where we drive. This is hard pack, and that's because the sand has blown off the top of it. So in windstorms, particularly this time of year, we have a lot of ground moving around, and it's alive. Right here's a manure beetle. So they have those are mealworm beetles. They're actually laying eggs. If you can see that dude. Let's see here. Here he goes. He's moving fast. That's a mealworm beetle. They will eat your vegetation. But it shows that there's life out here on the desert in this ground, and we're trying our best, just a little bit by little bit. Improving soil, yeah, you can do some big projects if you've got all kinds of money, where you can take and you can improve stuff. But realistically, on a budget, you just have to do what you can. And I would rather pile big piles of manure up and have them just sit there for a while and break down, and then move the pile until the whole area is kind of packed down with it, and then see what grows out of that. There's a lot of seed in this ground that if you get it disturbed, it will come up during the monsoons. And you got to work with the seasons around here. You got to work with the ground. It's not like any other place. If you drive over it a lot, you're going to kill it. Minimal impact and get the maximum out of it is a challenge sometimes on the desert, but it can be done. And if you take and you approach it right with this idea of, I'm going to make as little impact as I can and put as much into it as I can, when I can, where I can, then you're going to take and you're going to improve this ground, and it's going to grow. Most people who come out here try to treat this ground like they would anywhere else in the country. And this climate just won't support it. We had a time last spring when we had a whole lot of grass. So I turned the horses out to save some money. Well, they ate all that grass down, and still today, we don't have a lot of tall grass. We got sagebrush, we got stuff, and I've got a plan for that. I've got an ongoing project that I'm working on, this new sagebrush, but it's still not grown back. So if you graze it off deep, it's not going to come back right away. And last year we didn't get a lot of monsoon, and we didn't get a lot of winter snow until here recently. So I'm hoping this summer our grass comes back, and then we're able to use it in the fall. Right now our fencing infrastructure is not supporting us turning our sheep out, which they would make the most of what we have, but we still have too many predators, not enough fencing infrastructure, and we just have to do what we can do. Homesteading, farming, ranching is an ongoing, progressive lifestyle where you take and you do what you can when you can, and eventually it adds up. And there's a scripture that says, "Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap, if you faint not." And that's kind of the motto of just every day doing 1% on your place, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go. So until next time, trust in the Lord and do good. Live off the land. Enjoy the bounty of it. We'll see you later.